thank you to our sponsor, MBA Growth Partners.
Hello and welcome to Studio 501c3. I'm your host, Kim Jones, Executive Director of the Nonprofit Village. Our show features nonprofit organizations designated as 501c3 by the IRS for providing a public benefit. Your donations to them, therefore, are, in most cases, deductible. Nonprofit Village and Montgomery Community Media are partners on Studio 501c3, and we feature our county's excellent nonprofit programs and services. Today, we are featuring the Community Health and Empowerment through Education and Research organization. The short name is CHEER. This nonprofit helps provide people with the knowledge and the ability to create healthy communities. Executive Director Bruce Baker is here with me to talk about CHEER. Welcome, Bruce.
Thank you. It's nice to be with you, Kim.
Great. So let's jump in. So tell our viewers a little bit about the origins of CHEER and your efforts to create a real community-oriented strategic improvement plan.
Right. In around 2008, I was a member of a citizens advisory group in Takoma Park, and we realized we didn't have a lot of great information about what the community, what the priorities were and what was most needed, and we had to make grant decisions. So we created a project which was called a Community Indicators Project. And I and a colleague from Long Branch, we combined our communities, and we did a community, a set of goals, a community strategic plan that tried to get more information about the community so that more people could be informed and make better decisions about the community, and more people could be active in making improvements to the community. And that, in order to know what the right indicators, what the right measures were of community well-being, we had to do a whole bunch of a set of indicators groups, and each of those groups had we did one for health, and one for housing, and one for economic development in the community, and later we did one for youth development. And in those, we formulated a vision and set goals for the community. And in the process, we engaged, we needed to get a representative voice from the community. So we went out and made sure that the people in the room looked just like the whole people in the community. So, for example, half of Takoma Park, Long Branch area are renters. So in our housing group, we made sure half the people were renters and at least half are renters. Also, a third of our population, we have a very diverse population here. About a third are immigrants, and many of them are Latino. And so we had a number of Latino immigrants participating in the groups, and then so that it was representative, and they came up with a set of goals. And in these goals, this whole process was great, because the whole process of bringing people together from different parts of the community created a unity, a discussion, and the strategic plan we came up with led to the formation of CHEER. And CHEER mission.
Yeah, go ahead. So hold on a second. So first of all, we're still talking about Takoma Park. And as you said, you teamed with Long Branch, but you went through this really detailed process of engaging people and making sure that all of these voices were heard, all of these contributing voices, were put into this. And so this is a lot like community organizing.
Yes, and that's what CHEER is. It's a way, a new way for communities to organize themselves to create healthy, thriving communities. Okay.
And do your indicators change over time?
Yes. Well, it's been developed. We have a continuous engagement, and that was what CHEER began to do. We we began projects that implemented each of the various goals that were set. And in the process, we had, and then we began encountering people in individual neighborhoods and communities. And we get constant stream of inputs from people in the community and reflecting the most recent concerns and most recent priorities. For example, in the Takoma Park neighborhood on Maple Avenue, we met with did listening sessions with people, mostly immigrants, because most of them are African immigrants, talked about their sense of isolation and their sense of inability to connect and problems that they were having with their health, as sense of being locked in without any fitness.
Which is even worse now that we're, sitting a year into a pandemic and people are even more isolated. We're going to go to commercial very shortly, so I've got about a minute. What's changed? What successes, one quick success or outcome that you can share with the viewers about what has changed because of the work that CHEER has done? So we've got about a minute.
Okay, one of the biggest changes we've done is that we've had a series of health programs, and we have a food is medicine program. We've been able to get a lot of people who were struggling with their health to 2/3 of people who enter that program are getting really great health outcomes. They're losing weight, their blood sugar control is getting much better. And this is because they're in a interactive community-based setting that's supportive with peer counselors and peer community health workers.
Well, that's important. Okay, so we're going to learn a little bit more about that, and then we want to talk with you when we come back a little bit more about leadership development. We're going to take a short break and talk to you more about the communities identifying their common goals and visions. You're watching Studio 501c3 on Montgomery Community Media. Please stay with us.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to Studio 501c3. I'm Kim Jones, and with me today is Executive Director of CHEER, Bruce Baker. So let's go back a little bit, because you also have a leadership development program that you have formulated, particularly with a parent group. So what are the goals in connecting parents and looking at outcomes in that area?
Yes, and we're very proud of that. There was a group in the Long Branch neighborhood in the New Hampshire estates that is now calls itself Connexo. People from the community who immigrants who didn't have much opportunities in their to be involved in civic engagement or to do things for the community, and most of them are very talented and capable people who want to be able to do something in their community. And Connexo is a group of virtually all of them, I think, are immigrants from both Africa and Latin America. And they have set their own goals. They decide, we follow their lead, and we are catalyst and support to help them. So they have organized the first ever community cleanups in the local park, the first ever, they've participated in the food distributions. And they've also done teacher appreciation nights, gotten involved in schools, and they've even organized themselves to go to a school board, county school board meeting, where they, for the first time, a whole bunch of Spanish speakers overwhelmed the school board with a whole bunch of questions and concerns. So many that they had to do a follow-up meeting with the school board had to do a follow-up meeting with the community to address all the concerns that they raised.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah. And that's what it's all about is, taking what you have in your voice and making sure that it's, it's presented out there. One of the things that you also, I know have done in the past year or two is, I'm not sure if you were able to do it this past year, but provide summer camps. You also do annual ACA, Affordable Care Act enrollment, even connecting people in the community to food access. There's a lot of just everyday things that you're connecting people in a lot of different ways.
Right. That came from one of the primary goals is healthcare access, and was one of the primary things. We have a group of people that we recruited from the community to do outreach, and then some of them are now community health workers who are doing enrollment. And so we enroll people in the Affordable Care Act, also SNAP and other programs. But we also are doing a lot of work on community development. Housing is a major concern and in the community, and especially as the Purple Line is planned to come right through our neighborhoods here. We are helping facilitate a community-based community development plan so that we can preserve the local independently owned businesses, and that we can expand the amount of affordable housing, and so that we can create a place that's really comfortable and beneficial to the people, to all the residents here, to make this a really quality place. And that there's a lot of engagement that goes with that. And a lot of partnerships, because CHEER does a lot through partnerships with other organizations.
So some of the other organizations you partner with?
Yeah, well, we receive a lot of support from Adventist Healthcare in helping our food in develop it, and other healthcare providers in doing their Food is Medicine program.
Okay.
They're also and with the Primary Care Coalition of Montgomery County was also a major partner in that effort.
Right.
We're also we're members of the Purple Line Corridor Coalition to work on community development issues, and working with county and city government in Takoma and the county to.
Yeah, we're about out of time. I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about volunteering, but there are opportunities for people to engage. They can go to your website, and that is communitycheer.org, and find out about these opportunities and get involved, make donations, and engage in the whole placemaking. That's all the time we have today, and I'm sorry we had to cut it short, but I want to thank my guest, Bruce Baker, Executive Director of Community Health and Empowerment through Education and Research, or CHEER. To find out more, again, communitycheer.org. Studio 501c3 is your window on nonprofits in Montgomery County. I'm Kim Jones, Executive Director of the Nonprofit Village. Join us next time on Montgomery Community Media for more of Studio 501c3.